today we're going to take a look at my entire guitar collection. My first electric guitar is currently with my cousin because he wanted a project guitar and I wasn't using it at the time, so I gave that to him, which was a Sunburst Stratocaster copy. You know, it had 3 single pickups, and this was the second guitar. What it is a Cruiser by Crafter, and I don't even know what the model is exactly, but it's an Explorer shape. And this is what I used for most of high school and college. I did a few band practices, I did a few assemblies in school, and the odd end of term performance. I would show you how this guitar sounds, but the electrics are so gone. Basically, this guitar was in the care of someone else, and they completely ruined it. So yeah, like only the neck pickup works and the bridge pickup, or it's like something wrong with the wiring or the pickup itself. They completely just trashed this guitar, and it sucks because this plays quite like a lower end LTD and it's really quite comfortable to play. This is a Epiphone Les Paul Custom, and again, like the Cruiser, I used this guitar for most of high school. Well, I got this when I was 14, so it was like the latter end of high school, college, and even during university as well. This guitar's been through a hell of a lot. I think it's had like a PlayStation dropped on it at some point, and the headstock's broken like 5 times on this thing, but it's one of those guitars that was just so nice, and at the time it was like one of the nicest guitars I played. And it also used to be whiter as well. I think over the years it's got like this kind of yellow hue as well, because when it was brand new it was like pure white, and the gold hardware just really popped out. And yeah, after I got this guitar as well, everyone in high school decided to like copy me, and soon everyone else had a Les Paul of some sort, because the guitar just looks that cool. And you know, it plays nice. It's not a black metal guitar, but it's one of those guitars that's good for the intermediate guitarist when they're trying to find out what the sound is. But yeah, let's hear how this guitar sounds through the angle. One of the issues that I find with this guitar is tuning stability. Like the strings on here have been on it for like probably 5 years, maybe more, maybe less. But again, it's just one of those guitars that's almost like a family heirloom kind of thing. It's like, I don't think it would ever be played live anymore. I think it would just never be played on that much. But it'll still kind of be in the family just because of... well, just because it looks cool, and you know, you can definitely play it. It just suffers from normal Les Paul issues, which is, you know, tuning stability and broken headstocks and stuff. And you know, it's a nice guitar. It is a nice guitar. It served its purpose over the years, and you know, still treasured. And now we get to the Deans, the good stuff. Now, this was my first one. I remember I saved up all of my money during high school, and my last year of high school, I saved all my lunch money to buy this for my 16th birthday. And this was the guitar I used to record, well, my band's first ever release, which was, you know, all done in my house on a computer using Audacity and Pod Farm and my cousin's drum setup. And, you know, we recorded more or less a full-length demo between us, which was great fun. And I used this for a lot of shows from... I think it was like 2012 to 2015, and I think some shows in 2016 as well. But yeah, this guitar is a trooper, and it's like the Dean that started it all. I remember just travelling to Brighton, because I'd seen it on a website. I went to GAC in Brighton, and I tried so many guitars out there, and this one just stood out. And it was the nicest to play, it was the coolest looking, and it just sounded bloody good as well. And yeah, you guys have seen this on loads of videos. It's been on quite a few of the compilations, and yeah, I keep this guitar in D standard now, and it's got a set of D'Addario 11s which do the job quite nicely, and yeah, it's just a very, very special guitar. The next guitar I got was this Razorback V, which was an 18th birthday present, and this thing is just fantastic. Like, it's still my most gig guitar. It's played in the most countries. It's done the most show. It's played to the biggest crowds out of all my guitars, and this was just such a warhorse. And you know, I've been using this guitar for years and years and years. I got it in 2013. And 9 years later, it still looks 80% as good as it did. It's still got a little bit of scarring and wear and tear, but it's still sick. It's still sick. Like, it's still one of my favorite guitars. The pickups have been replaced to EMGs. There's an 81 here and a 60 there. And well, I wanted this black Razorback V because Archeon from 1349 back in the day used to have he's got a USA made black Razorback V with 24 frets, and it's got like Demon Noir in the fretboard, and it was just the coolest looking thing. And I was like, I've got to have something like that. So my dad got this for me for my 18th birthday present. I remember my mum got me the pickups, and then I think I just paid for like the installation and just getting this set up. But yeah, this guitar, like, nothing has ever gone wrong with it, except I've just had to replace the batteries for the active circuitry. And yeah, it still sounds super mean, and it plays great. I had to get used to the V-shaped neck, but after a while you just get used to it, and it just, sometimes I'm like, oh, these V-shaped necks do feel really good. And yeah, it's just a proper mean metal guitar. This is my first Dean ML. It's an ML DCR black chrome, and there's only 100 of these in the world. This is 60 of 100, And it was in this kind of time period where I kind of realized what I wanted from a guitar, which is, you know, Floyd Rose, ebony fingerboard, mahogany body construction, and you know, either a star or a V shape. And I saw this guitar on eBay, and I was like, damn, this is for sale at that price, and I managed to just get a good eBay steal, which is excellent. And the guitar came, and I played it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, this is the nicest guitar I've ever played, and it's still one of the nicest and still one of the best sounding guitars that I have. It's similar in specs to the Razorback V, except there's an 85 in the neck here. There's also like this extra control that increases the decibels, like the output from the pickups, but I never really use it, and I don't think it's that necessary. But yeah, this is a killer guitar. It's done quite a few shows, and yeah, I just love this thing. It plays great. You've seen it on the videos. It sounds great. It's just one of those proper weapons of guitars, and I just love this thing. It's great. All in all, this is the best guitar I have. It's a Dean Razorback 7-string, and it is just the ultimate metal 7-string. I mean, it plays fantastically, it sounds brilliant, and upgrading the bridge pickup here with a Fishman Fluence completely changed the guitar. This has been my live guitar now for many years. Like, this is the only guitar I played live with, I think, since 2018. And it's just absolutely perfect. Like, you know, 24 frets, active pickups, Floyd Rose, cool shape, sounds great. Like, Dean need to make more guitars like this, because these are unbelievable. You know, plays great. It's just it's everything that I want from a guitar. And unlike most 7-strings that just feel a bit too big for the hand, this is really comfortable. Like, you can get your hand around it quite nicely. You know, it's not like Jackson's and Ibanez's, where if you try and get your hand wrapped around the neck, like part of the neck pushes into your hand and feels really uncomfortable. It's just so good. You know, it's been set up brilliantly. It's made well. It's survived quite a few knocks. Like, this chip happened because it fell face forward on the stage, because my drummer accidentally kicked the lead here, and it fell straight on its face, and you know, it's got a small dent there. It had a little dent here. It was like that when I got it, but it's just magnificent, this thing. This is my Dean ML Modifier. This is again one of the one of the best playing, best sounding, best spec'd guitars that Dean have made, and I'm really surprised why these guitars did not catch on. I think it might have been because when these were released, I think it was 2012 or 2013, it was when like all the prog stuff started becoming more popular and people started getting back into super strats instead of cool looking guitars. And yeah, this thing is absolutely magnificent. 24 frets. These Dean time capsule pickups, I think the time capsule ones, they're hands down some of the best passive pickups I've ever used. It's got the Floyd Rose, 24 frets, and it's advertised as a 25.5-inch scale length, but it feels much bigger. Yeah, this guitar's great. It's featured on the Ereshkigal release as well, the most recent one, End, along with the Razorback 7-string, and those two guitars together just sound absolutely perfect. Like, it's almost faultless. And yeah, this guitar hasn't been played live, unfortunately. I'd like to play with this guitar live. It's just all the music I'm playing now requires a 7-string live. But this guitar's still great. Like, I still use it to record and make videos and use it for lessons. And it's just a powerful sounding guitar. This is the DNV Series in Cherry Burst, and this guitar I used a lot for my teaching, and that's the reason why I got it, because I wanted a guitar that I can just use for traveling, don't mind if it gets beat up too much, but still have really good quality. And I managed to find this for a very, very good price, and I have been using it for lessons for a long time now, and I've been using it for a few YouTube videos. I've had it in E flat for a little while at some point, and it's a very, very nice guitar. But this guitar also made me realize that it's not everything that I want from a guitar anymore. Like, my tastes have changed, and it was just it just made me realize, like, I've only been using guitars with Floyd Roses, like properly using guitars with Floyd Roses, from 2013 to 2019, so that's a very, very long time of going back to guitars with tunematic bridge like this. I was playing the other DNV, but I was playing the guitars with Floyd Roses more, and it just made me realize, like, I much prefer the way the Floyd Roses feel as opposed to these bridges, and I liked having 24 frets. And just tuning this thing all the time just became annoying, and that's one of the reasons why I like the Floyd Roses so much, because I don't need to tune so much. But yeah, this guitar is super cool. Like, it plays great, it sounds great, and it feels really nice as well. It's very smooth, and the tone is cool. my DNV Stealth. I keep this guitar in C standard, and it's very similar to the 79 Series ML when it comes to the features, except for the fretboard material is ebony, and it's got a set of EMG pickups. And like the ML, the black chrome ML, it's an 81 and an 85. This guitar is sick. It feels like my first Dean, and the frets are a little bit bigger, and it's a bit more of a metal focused guitar. The look's a bit more serious. It's a satin finish as well, which is really cool. And you know, it's very comfortable. It's got a bigger neck than the other Deans that I have. But I quite like that. It means you could just, you know, just get your hand around a bit more, and it's still very, very comfortable. Or every Dean that I've played has been extremely comfortable to play, and this is just like that. The tone on this thing is really mean, and again, it's one of those guitars that I wish it had two things, and you know, just these two more features would just make it perfect. 24 frets and a Floyd Rose, you know, and then this is one seriously cool looking and well spec'd heavy metal guitar. It's just, again, it's one of those guitars that really solidified that I much prefer Floyd Roses and 24 frets. But anyway, I've used this guitar for a lot of recordings, and I've used this guitar for some YouTube videos as well. And it's always just, it's just a gem, this guitar. It's been brilliant. And just to finish up on this wonderful collection of Deans is my Dean ML bass. And the only mod that's been done is that the tone pot has been removed because it was quite unnecessary. So I just use a single volume. The pickup here, even though it's like a basic kind of like fat bass pickup, I don't even know what you'd call these ones, sounds really good. And this guitar's done quite a few shows as well. And yeah, it's really nice. It plays great, it sounds good, and it just looks the part. And yeah, it's always super reliable. I can move it in and out of tunings and not have any issues with it at all. And you can just throw it around, and it just I don't even have a case for this thing, and I've done shows with this guitar. Nothing has really gone wrong with it, except I needed to replace the output jack because it broke at one point. That's it. This is my Glary that was gifted to me from the company themselves, and this is quite a cool guitar because, well, I kind of wanted, I had a bit of a craving for a Strat because I was listening to a lot of Iron Maiden at the time. I just wanted to be like Dave Murray, I guess. And then out of the blue, I get an email saying, "Hey, would you like a guitar for you? You know, you can keep this guitar if you review it." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And yeah, this guitar hasn't been played much in the last few months. I have it in drop A at the moment. I think it's a set of 11s on here, because I got the Nile tab book at some point last year, and I was learning through some of the songs. And you know, for a beginner's guitar, this is a very, very good offering. But again, it kind of solidified what I like and what I don't like from guitars anymore. And I could just never get used to the strut shape, because I'm playing like this, which is fine. But then, you know, if I just move a tiny bit, I'm just getting, you know, stabbed in the chest by this horn here, which I really don't like. And well, you know, V's are my thing. V's and star shapes. You know, I much prefer playing those. But yeah, this guitar sounds alright, like, considering it's got, like, you know, just normal pickups in there. And yeah, it's just fun having a guitar in drop A. This is by far the most special guitar that I own. It's a DBZ Venom that's been signed by DNV Stealth, the guy who started Dean Guitars and this company. And again, this is a combination of everything that I want from a guitar. Floyd Rose, cool shape, 24 frets, good pickups, plays great. And this guitar is just spectacular, and I hate taking this out of its case now because it's so nice. But every time I do get it out of its case, I'm like, damn, why don't I play this more? The neck is pretty much perfect. It's nice and comfortable. It's more of a rounded V, so it's far more familiar to the hand. And this guitar is just perfect. And I really do wish I had another one of these in a 7-string form, or even the other DBZ shape, the Bird of Prey, in a 7-string form, because this is still one of the ultimate 6-string heavy metal guitars of all time, and it's just a monster. Again, everything that I want from a guitar, and you know, you can feel the quality. It's nice and light. It's nice and it's weighted very well, and it just still gives me like shivers when I play this guitar, when I look at it, and it's just like, Jesus Christ, this is good. this is my final guitar for today, which is my cute little Jackson Randy Rhoads Minion that's been upgraded with Patasonic pickups. Now it's just interesting to have this guitar back in my hands after playing all of the other guitars, and you can just instantly, as soon as you grab the neck, it's got that signature Jackson profile where it's very thin and very kind of tall, and just trying to get my hand around some of the chord shapes, and you know, it's good for some, better for others, and not very good for quite a few. But all in all, I really like this guitar. It's just a really well spec'd out, good travel guitar, and because of these Patasonic pickups, it's completely transformed the guitar, and it just sounds pretty monster. And yeah, I'm not a Jackson convert. I still think the Dean necks are nicer. There are just some things on this guitar that I prefer over some of the other Deans. And I still believe that this is like the best budget metal guitar that you can buy, purely because it's got all the features, 24 frets, it's got a nice neck, and it's moddable. You can do whatever you want with this. Like one of the mods that I've done was to eliminate the tone control completely, so I've got 2 volumes, and it's better for it. I much prefer it. Yeah, it's just a nice little guitar. It's good for lessons, it's good for traveling, it's good for just throwing around, and just the convenience of the guitar is the main thing, and one of the main reasons why I wanted one.